And welcome to our show. Welcome back, everybody. If you just joined us, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out. Our next guest is working to promote literacy and a love of reading in the Bronx through a variety of different programs. Joining us for a look at her work, we welcome Saraciea Fennell. We welcome you to the show. You have the Bronx Reading and the Bronx Book Festival coming up, right? Tell us about it.
So I just had the first annual Bronx Book Festival take place in May. It was on May 18th and the 19th. I brought in 3 authors to visit Title I schools on the Friday, May 18th.
Good.
Yeah, over 600 books were given to students that attended those Title I schools. I love it.
Yeah.
And then on the Saturday, May 19th, I had about 36 authors and illustrators come uptown. We hung out at Fordham Plaza in the rain. But it was a wonderful time. Families came
Waterproof
out.
books in the rain.
Yeah, basically we had tarps up, and it really was a community event. I mean, people who signed up to come actually volunteered to help put up tarps to block the wind and the rain. So it was amazing. I cried a lot. It was a phenomenal day. I think everyone saw tears of joy. We
couldn't tell it was raining so hard.
No, I mean, I was actually shocked that so many people showed up. But it was really, really amazing. So that was year 1. I am planning year 2, which is now going to take place next summer in June. So I'm moving it out of May. It's going to be June 2019. Stay tuned for dates to come. But in the meantime, I want to keep people reading and keep the momentum going. So I launched the Bronx's Reading Book Club.
That's coming up next, right?
Yeah, so we had our first meeting at the end of August, and we read They Both Die at the End by New York Times bestselling Bronx native author Adam Silvera.
Yeah.
Everyone loved that book.
Well, you're bringing in the heavyweights.
I'm trying. I really want to change the narrative in the community. I wasn't born here. I was born in Brooklyn, but I was raised here. I ended up here when I was in foster care since the age of 8. So reading is really important to me and changed my life. I don't need to say this. I think people who live in the Bronx already know it's one of the poorest boroughs, but we are fighters. And this book club in particular, I partner with publishers, and I have an outside sponsor that helps purchases these books. So for Bronx residents, they receive the book for free. So I'm cutting the costs out of the way.
That's okay. The Bronx is rich now, in
right?
many ways.
In many ways. So for our September book club, we're reading How the Garcia Girls Lost Their Accents by Julia Alvarez.
Oh, wow.
So all you have to do is RSVP. Today is actually the last day to RSVP. It'll be open until 6 p.m.
Okay.
So that's listed on.
But for people who are watching us now, of course, you'll give us to the end of the week, right?
Oh, well. Maybe.
You want to make a commitment on TV.
You can send me an email if you are really interested and you're really going to show up.
Right. I'm just thinking about the people watching you right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The RSVP is going. I announce it on social media. Right now we have over 100 people signed up. So Bronx residents will receive a free copy of the book, and then anyone can join the book club. It's totally free. If you are not a Bronx resident and you want to join, you can utilize your public library to check out the book, or you can go and purchase a book from a local bookstore. The Bronx is finally getting one. We're getting the Lip Bar later this fall.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's going to be in the South Bronx. There's also Boogie Down Books, which is a pop-up at Motley Kitchen, so you can purchase books from there as well.
You got to put my books on there, too. I have a
Let's
book
talk
called
about
7
it.
Ways to Make the Grade.
Oh,
It came
wow.
out 2 years ago. And then I have one that came out last year, Your Daily Dose of Quotes and Anecdotes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea that
And then
you
I
were
have
an
a part
author.
2 coming out of that.
And then you're going to check it.
It's supposed to come out before the Circle of Sisters, which is the 29th of September at the Jacob Javits Convention Center.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
It'll be on display there. You guys should come down too.
Oh, I would love that. Absolutely.
Go to
What-
WBLS.com.
Okay.
And then you can probably get a booth or a table like that, and you can display some of your works.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Thank you.
Excellent. I like what you guys are doing in the community. How important is, a lot of people, they figure, why, I'm not comfortable with reading. What do you tell them if they want to just get back into it and start? Because once you start something,
it's all about finding the right book. So the festival was actually pretty focused on authors of color. That was really important to me. Myself growing up, I never had an author come visit me at school. And I also work in book publishing as a publicist, so I've literally booked authors all across the US, even some international places sometimes. And every time I tried to book an author in the Bronx, there was always some tension from the Barnes & Noble when they were open.
Yeah.
They are
the
closed
one by Co-op
now.
City?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They're closed now, but it's always been this struggle. So it's always been a goal of mine to bring New York Times best-selling and, you know, award-winning authors uptown. So the festival really, really was 6 years of that. So, you know, explosion of joy. But the other side of it is I never knew that publishing was even viable as a job. Right. And so for me, it was really important to bring these authors of color to show Bronxites, this person looks like you, or maybe they don't look like you, but you know, it's not your traditional person that you see working in book publishing.
No.
You know, these authors are writing books, they are traveling the world promoting those books. These illustrators are illustrating books, you know, and they're making money that way.
Yeah.
I think
And then you can get into public speaking too.
exactly.
Do the-
There's tons of
motivational
things.
speech, and then sign the book afterwards.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So there are all of these things and all of these different aspects of publishing in general that I didn't know about until I was an adult. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't attend my first book festival until I was over 21 years old.
Now people can go to you to publish their book, right? If they
No,
want.
I wish. They cannot. I'm not a publisher.
Oh, okay.
It's been a lot of people who have reached out asking questions about that, but I'm not a publisher. So my goal, in addition to the book festival, is to bridge the gap with publishing. The Bronx has a ton of wonderful writers who either are indie publishing or self-publishing, and they don't have that connection to the traditional publishing
so you want to create
world.
the awareness that this is available to you.
Exactly. So the next festival, we'll have some people come in and talk about publishing. Obviously, I'm going to bring more authors to the Bronx. There are all of these amazing people that I just want to keep creating awareness and keep the conversation going and to change the narrative and keep people reading.
Saraciea, right?
Saraciea.
Saraciea. But I see you.
Yes, you do see me.
I see what you're doing. Saraciea Fennell. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. Founder, The Bronx is Reading, the Bronx Book Festival. Coming up on what date again?
September 29th, we'll be meeting at the Andrew Freeman home. It's a beautiful home. If you haven't visited, you should.
Right off the Grand Concourse.
Yeah,
huh?
167th in the Grand Concourse. So
and-
make sure you RSVP to get a free book. And if you want to join the club for free, if you don't want to pick up a book through me, you can do it at your New York Public Library or wherever books are sold.
Or we can go to your website.
Yes, thebronxisreading.com.
There you go. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for
so
having
much.
me.
All right, we'll take a quick break right here, but we'll be back. We got more next.